This tutorial will show how to use case and switch in ActionScript 3. More or less, it allows you to make conditions, and if those conditions are met, then some kind of action will be performed. So if you open up the FLA in this description and then press F9, we can take a little look here. So what you need to make case and switch work is a variable, and so obviously this little section here says switch, and there's the name of my variable, which is my numbers, which I've declared up the top here. In my case, I want the user to type something, and then whatever they type has some kind of effect, and that's where the case comes into it. So I have a function that captures text as well as running my case and switch. So this function here says switch, so that's the connection to the variable, and then the first case is if you type in the word 1 in lower case. If you do that, then the text output box, which is there where it says view below, is going to display we are number 1, and so is the trace message. So that's the first option, and if I show you the next option, case for number 2, so if they're writing number 2, it says this next message, and so on and so on. And number 3, if they type that in, then it says this. And you can keep going on and on and on and on. But if you want an option for what happens if they write none of your options, that's where default comes in. So default is only if they type in something that doesn't match any of your previous parameters. In this case, it's going to say these messages here. So that's our case and switch stack, so you can keep going indefinitely with these. But obviously we need some way to activate this function that we've made up here, which is capture text. And that's where the button comes in down here. So we have this check button, which is this green one there, and that's just a simple listener, except under the function section it runs capture text, which is this one up here. And then it'll trace that the switch has been activated. Down here is one last little thing which I made because I wanted to be able to press enter instead of pressing the green button with my mouse. And so this is just a button event listener, which does the same thing. It runs capture text as the one above it does, except it does it on the keyboard enter. So now, if we press Control Enter, if I type in the word 1, press enter, it says we are number 1. If I type in 2 and press check, always 2, there are no more, no less. Anyway, 3, etc. And if I write something random, there you go. So that's a simple way of using case and switch in ActionScript 3. Thanks for watching.